I feel like this is pretty ghetto to drink the smoothie straight from the can. Is it can? No, this is not can. What is it? Oh, I didn't blend that well. Straight from the blender. Okay. So, as I'm drinking this smoothie, I am going to give you a little life update. So basically, it's almost July. It's June 28th already. And I feel like this month has just gone by really, really fast. And a lot has happened. First off, some fly. First off, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the Red S study and some of the results that I got back recently. So I got a little bit more results. I got my DEXA scan, my body composition measurements, my nutrition intake evaluation, and my blood work. So the good news is that I have perfectly healthy bones. So my DEXA scan revealed that my bone mineral density is 105% of kind of the standardized scores for young adults, and for age matched. So I'm 28 years old. So age matched Z-score, I am at 108% of the adults of my age. So I am doing really well. So I think that was a huge relief for me to know that I don't have an underlying osteoporosis or osteopenia. So that was definitely a huge relief, because that was a big fear of mine, that I would have something in my bones that would be like the reason for these constant injuries. I have to move this back a little bit because I feel like it's cutting my head out. Maybe a little more. Okay, there you go. My body fat percentage is 12.8, and I am in the 2th centile. For women, usually going under 12 is not recommended because that can mess up your menstrual cycle. So I have 12.8, so I'm still good, but should definitely not go any lower. And I don't have any goals or targets for my body fat percentage. It just happens to be what it is, basically as a result of training and eating in a certain way. So I'm not trying to lower my body fat percentage, but it's good to know that it's still in a good level, but definitely need to keep eating enough so that it won't go any lower. And then basically got information about my body composition in different parts of my body. So that's interesting. I don't seem to have any huge differences between the body parts. Maybe interestingly, my left arm has 20 grams of fat more than my right side. That's definitely interesting, but it might be because I my right arm more, or I'm right-handed, so maybe it's leaner as a result, but who knows. But yeah, normal body weight or normal BMI, but BMI is not really a good measurement for athletes, so definitely shouldn't look at that too much. It's more useful to look at the actual body composition. This is a big smoothie. What I found the most interesting was the metabolic rate measurement. So basically I was lying there for 15 minutes on my back, and they put this like bubble over me that was collecting all my respiratory gases. So basically like measuring the intake of oxygen and then my like exhalation of CO2, and basically measuring how many calories I burn at rest, and that was used to calculate my metabolic rate and how many calories I burn per day, just for like my basic metabolic functions, and basically like it's like how many calories I need just to like live, you know, just to exist at rest. So that is pretty interesting information, because in addition to those calories, I burn a lot of calories by training. So basically like this information gives me kind of like an idea of how much I need to actually eat to balance, you know, like the metabolic rate plus the exercise calories. So what I found interesting was that my BMR is actually very, very, very high. So in my previous video I said that, or I went over the BIA measurement or estimation, because that definitely is not accurate, it just gives you an estimation. I think the BIA machine estimated my BMR to be about 1420 or something calories. But now I got this like actual measured BMR, and this said that I burn 1762 calories per day just to like keep my body alive, which is pretty high, because for women it's usually around 1300 to 1400 kcals per day, and for men it's like 1600 to 1800 per day. So my value 1762 is like a guy's number, and it's pretty like funny because I'm not like a huge woman. I'm pretty like small, definitely muscular, but like I'm a small woman, and my body is like burning through the calories like a guy. And this was like 109 to 120% of what they had estimated me to have as a BMR. So basically this just shows that the estimations are not that accurate, and only like the measured values are accurate. And also it's, I think as like an exercise physiologist, I was thinking that it's funny because like often women are conditioned to like eat less than guys because we're smaller, and like you know, we use less muscle mass, so we're kind of told that like since you are smaller you need less calories, but this just proves that I actually need a lot of food for my size, definitely. Also, like I briefly talk about this in my Instagram. I briefly talk about this on my Instagram, how it's kind of shocking that, or like I don't like to see these like boot camps or coaches and you know, like online coaching programs offered in the social media, where people without actual like academic knowledge coach people usually in like a very short period of time, to lose weight like rapidly. And it's like oftentimes like exercise program paired with a nutrition program, and these programs often have like less than 1,500 calories per day for grown-ups, which is not enough. Like it's ridiculously little. Like yeah, not everyone's BMR is 1,800 kcals, but even like an average woman is like 1,300 to 1,400 per day, just like living. So if you add exercise there, like you need a lot more calories. And ACSM recommends like from half a pound to pound, so it's like about 200 grams to 450 grams of weight loss per week as like kind of like the don't go over this is like the fastest rate you should do. And these like crash diets, crash boot camps often claim that they can make you lose like 5 kilos in 3 weeks, which is just impossible. You need to have a huge calorie deficit to even lose like that 400 grams per week. So not to like mention that make you lose like over a kilo per week, which is not healthy or possible. So I don't support those things, and I'm afraid of like the consequences of those kind of diets and programs, because it's not healthy and based on science. The nutritionist went through my log. I don't think I'm going to talk about that much, because I definitely now have some ideas that I need to work on, especially because it turns out that I'm burning a lot more calories per day than I expected by just living. It seems like my energy availability is a little bit on the lower side. So I have a regular period, which is a good sign that my energy availability is enough-ish, at least, to support my menstrual cycle. But I definitely need to increase my energy intake and my carbohydrate intake to make sure that my body is healthy and able to perform at the highest level possible. Basically, what the dietitian recommended is increasing my carbohydrates, maybe bringing down my protein a little bit so I get enough, and sometimes even a little bit too much protein compared to like how much carbohydrate I get. And I get enough fat, but then I need to focus more on getting more of like unsaturated fats. So I use butter and like whole milk yogurt and eggs in my diet. So the dietitian recommended that I need to focus a little bit more on like some like oils and like a little more of like nuts and avocado and stuff like that, which I eat like every day pretty much, but like maybe like a little bit less of cheese and 10% fat Turkish yogurt and such, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess that's like what I'm going to say about my nutrition log. One interesting thing about my blood values was that one of my thyroid values were a little bit low. So that's something that I will have to talk about with my doctor. Definitely my ferritin and hemoglobin a little bit lower than my like ideal, but definitely still like normal. My hematocrit could be a little bit higher, so definitely need to focus on my iron, or keep taking my iron, make sure that I get enough iron. That's all about the Red S study. Other than that, everything is going really well. I'm training well. I'm back to running, so I started running a little bit over a week ago, and it's going well. So today I ran 7 by 5 minutes with 1 minute walking break. Pretty good pace. I'm running every other day. I started with the dribbles and then started the back to running protocol last week. Last week we spent our midsummer at my parents' lake house, been riding and swimming a ton. It's been nice to add some running in there too. Another big thing is that we're trying to change my bike fit a little bit, or make my TT bike a little bit more aero. We ordered bike parts, very expensive bike parts from Aero Coach from the UK. Sorry, I forgot to drink my smoothie. We got new bars for me. Pretty stoked. And then the pads for the bars. We got a mount for my device, my Wahoo device. We got stackers so that we can bring my bars up a little bit, and a tilt block adapter to make the angle a little different. So hopefully I can basically close this gap between my chest and my arms a little bit to make it more aero. So this is gonna be a fun project that we're having now. Or we are starting it probably tonight. But hopefully we can finish by tomorrow and I can do writing. But yeah, looking forward to this like training block. I feel like I'm super focused right now. Everything is going well. I'm excited about my new workouts with my new coach. Trying to, like check the boxes every day, get the workouts done, and just enjoying the process, to be honest.
And just taking it day by day, checking the boxes, doing what I need to do to get better and come back after this stronger. I'm really happy that we have been able to identify some shortcomings and things that I need to improve upon to become a better athlete and get closer to my goals. It would be easy to feel defeated after all these setbacks. I mean, I've had a lot of bad things happening to me lately, but I think that there is always some meaning behind everything. Maybe it truly was meant to be a part of my story that I had to go through these bad events to bad times to become a better athlete. I mean, I feel like because of this injury or because of this injury cycle, I've become a better cyclist and a better swimmer. So maybe it truly was what I needed to experience to become a better triathlete and actually reach my goals and become an all-around better athlete. And I'm excited about the bike gains and the swim gains that I have been able to achieve during this time off.